much for giving us the floor here. But I know that AWIMA is an African organization where we have French-speaking countries and also English-speaking countries. Why do we speak only English? And I see people laughing. So those speaking only French are there, silent. They don't even know why they are laughing. This is why I said, okay, I'm going to tell my story in French. So we have to break the barriers of the language, and that's very easy because we are there. When we gather like this, you can use us as translators so that everybody can laugh at the same time. French speakers and English speakers. I prefer to speak French. Okay.
Thank you very much. We feel very honored as the DRC with our flag and that we leave you here. In fact, the DRC is a country of great hope. And I believe that in every phone, in every tablet, there is a little bit of DRC soil. Cobalt, copper, Helicium. In your batteries, in your electric vehicles, there is a little bit of the DRC all over the world. It's not for nothing that you will see all these investors flocking to our DRC. It's because the DRC is rich in so many minerals, almost every kind of mineral. You find them in the DRC. And we invite you to come. And when you come, think about justice, transparency, the well-being of the Congolese people, a just transition, because now we are talking about the energy transition. And when we talk about the energy transition, we want a just transition for our country. And we say that our minerals are not traded for security, because we also have a right to security. We also have a right to well-being in our country. Well, WIM DRC was founded in 2019, but we had started discussions about this a little earlier, around 2015. I was tasked with conducting a study on employment, and I had to look for jobs in all mining sectors in the DRC. And I compiled the statistics. I looked at male employees, boys and men, and I looked at female employees. And I found that it was less than 5% in the mining industry. So I asked myself, why this imbalance? Why do we have to have more men than women in the mining sector? So we started these discussions among ourselves, we women, and we asked ourselves, why is there this imbalance? In the past, there were all these cultural biases that led to the belief that when a woman went near a mine, all the minerals disappeared. So we asked ourselves, why are we trained in geology? We're trained as mining engineers, as electromechanical engineers, and we're in the mines working, and the minerals don't disappear. It's as if we've been fed certain fantasies, which made us afraid to go into the mines. But now, we find that there are just as many women with skills available, but they aren't being utilized by the mining sector. We decided that we need to turn back the clock so that women are also recognized in the mining sector of the DRC. And we started some informal discussions. Then, in 2019, at DRC Mining Week, an international event that I believe many countries participate in, we created WIM DRC. And we were entrusted with the national coordination. At that time, we met with Ms. Barbara Dikinga. She sent us the structures of various African countries, Senegal, Ivory Coast, and others. So when we looked at their structures, we asked ourselves, why can't we adapt these structures to our realities in the DRC? That's why, in designing the structure of WIM DRC, we decided we didn't want to leave anyone behind. That's why we decided we would have a 4-component structure. the Sea Healer Society with local communities, the mining industry, artisanal mining, and mining administrations. Because all these women, we are mining women, and all the women in the different mining provinces are mining women because we suffer the impacts of mining. That's how we structured our WIM DRC. So we started asking ourselves, what form will we take? Because at that time, you weren't very well accepted. You asked, but where are we going to position ourselves? So we thought, should we take refuge with the Chamber of Mines? Because there, at least, is a committee that can help us exist, even if we don't yet have bylaws. We went to the Corporate Social Responsibility Committee, since I was doing that kind of work. I thought, we'll put our WIM DRC under that umbrella. And we started operating. Now we had to restructure, to formalize things, as they say. We have to go to public institutions, get bylaws, and have them legalized. And all of this is organized by the women themselves. At that time, we weren't really taken seriously, and we have our structure, which is a public interest organization. When DRC were creating the structure, the ladies, the brave women who are here, were positioning ourselves. Because at the beginning, there's no way to hold elections. We say, let's choose those who want to work. Because it's a volunteering job, we don't receive any subsidies. Women who are willing to work need to come so we can build this here. And we did build it. Today, we're 6 years old, WIM DRC. And I see WIM DRC coming to meet AWIMA now. And when we meet AWIMA, we think, at least this time, with AWIMA, we'll be taken seriously. Because when we're just Congolese, people say to us, what are these women looking for? They're just making noise, this and that. But when we tell them, we're online, we're in, how do you say that again? Network. We're networked. We work in a network with AWIMA. What's AWIMA? It's the African Association. You're AWIMA. Now, people are starting to take you seriously. And when we organized our first activities, the conferences, we called them the International Conference of Women in Mining. We invited a WIM, Women in Mining, representative from the United States, a WIM representative from our president, Pascaline, and we announced, this is the International Conference on Women's Leadership. And the provinces supported us. The provinces of Okatanga and Lualaba, the land of cobalt, they supported us and organized our activities. So, as we began to gain recognition, people started to know us. We had AWIMA, the organization that oversees women's mining, say, oh, we're going to award prizes to the nominees. And in the DRC, we had 4 nominees. The first edition, we thought, wow, 4 nominees in the DRC. I think we made just as much noise there in Ghana because we thought, now, they're taking us seriously. And it's true, with AWIMA, they are taking us seriously. And now, here, today, the DRC is taking the lead. It's the president of WIM Central Africa. And we participated in this activity. So, when there's an activity, we go. We say, let's go, even if we don't have the resources, let's take charge. And we take charge and we participate. We went first to Ndola, and we saw the lapis of the saint of Ndola. We said to ourselves, we can also create a center like that because we have all the minerals. Why don't we teach our young people how to carve stone? Because we have all the colored stones, we have precious stones. We have other stones too, but we also have the minerals that the African Union told us about, the development minerals. We have clay. We have everything that can allow us to develop in ceramics as well. Can't we do that too? We're bringing this project back from Ndola and we're forming a partnership. They tell us, bring your young people. We think, why don't we create a center here too? And the African Union should also sponsor the DRC a little because we've never had their support. So, these are projects that the African Union can also support in the DRC, the creation of a center where we will train our young people because, yes, the DRC isn't just about women. We also have young people, we also have students whom we support in their vocational training because, as you can see, we also need to create jobs for our young people. We need to train them, give them the skills of the mining sector so that we don't say, no, there's no expertise, and only bring in staff from abroad. So, we need support for this. And so, when we nominated our 4 laureates last year, in 2024, we also went there to Ghana. And there, we have companies that support us. We have Kibali Gold, we have KCC, we have, and there, when we are there, we feel comfortable, we say, we are recognized. And this year, we have 6 or 8 more nominees, along with our laureates who are here in the room. And we say to ourselves, there you have it, we are also in AWIMA. And we also want you to be able to help us because our strategic country is a country with strategic minerals. Whatever you are looking for in the DRC, when you come to invest, think of AWIMA DRC because it needs you. We need the African Union, we need AWIMA. Why don't we work together to find peace in the DRC? Should countries from other continents come looking for peace in the DRC when we are already here? Are we Africans incapable of finding solutions for Africa, for African countries? Can't we, among ourselves, also think about how to find peace in the DRC so that our children can also live in peace? Do we see images of people fleeing with burdens on their heads? That's the DRC when you see our children. When you see our children in the mines, that's the DRC. And a lot of money comes there, but it's useless because we've never found a solution. I believe that Africa can find the solution for the DRC, so that we can have peace, so that we can also enjoy our natural resources, the resources of Africa. Africa, let's be united. Let's break down the barriers ahead. Let's break down the barriers. Let's be united.
Aha, you see? They need English now. What about French?
A brief summary.
I said that we need peace in our country, and our minerals are not for selling for peace. We need peace in DRC. And security doesn't depend on our minerals. We really need peace, and we are requesting all Africans just to raise up and try to think together how we can bring peace in DRC. This is my request. And the one who is now the president of WIM Central Africa, Florence, is there. She was elected last year when we were in Cameroon, and we'd like just to go ahead and continue
working, but we need peace in the DRC. Africa, let us rise up for this. We are all together, brothers and sisters. The land, they say it is the land, the sea. Yes, Africa is the sea of all nations. Thank you.